What would you do if the only way to end a nightmare was to become part of it forever? That is the haunting question at the heart of Netflix's newest supernatural thriller. Something very bad is going to happen. And if you just finished the series and you're sitting there, mouth open, staring at a black screen wondering what you just watched, congratulations, you're exactly where the creators wanted you. Today we are going deep. We are breaking down the jaw-dropping finale, Rachel's shocking transformation, what it means for the future of this cursed bloodline, and whether Netflix could actually give us more. Spoilers are absolutely everywhere from this point on. You've been warned. Let's get into it. Before we dissect that devastating finale, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what this show actually is, because something very bad is going to happen deserves way more attention than it's getting. Produced by the Duffer brothers. Yes, the masterminds behind Stranger Things. This limited series is a slow-burn supernatural horror wrapped inside a twisted love story. From the very first episode, there's this sense of dread that doesn't let you go. It's the kind of show where every beautiful wedding moment is poisoned by the creeping feeling that something horrible is coming. And you're right, something very bad is absolutely going to happen. The story centers on Rachel, played brilliantly by Camila Morrone, and her fiancé Nicky, played by DiMarco. On the surface, they're a couple in love, planning their wedding, building their future together. But in the week leading up to their ceremony, the cracks begin to show, not in their relationship, but in the world around them. A deadly, ancient curse tied specifically to Nicky's bloodline begins to reveal itself, and every clue that Rachel uncovers makes it increasingly clear that no amount of love, logic, or preparation can stop what's coming. The wedding will happen. The chaos will follow. And someone will have to pay the price. So what exactly is this curse? Think of it as a supernatural contract written in blood across generations. Every wedding connected to Nicky's family becomes a site of violence and tragedy. A deadly cycle that repeats itself over and over, without mercy and without exception. The curse doesn't care about love. It doesn't care about innocence. It follows the bloodline like a shadow, and no one in the family has ever been able to break it. But here's where the show becomes genuinely fascinating, because the curse isn't just random horror. It has structure. It has rules. And at the center of those rules is a specific role, the witness. The witness is an immortal figure, a woman bound to appear at every cursed wedding in the bloodline, observing the tragedy unfold, unable to stop it, and unable to leave. She is both prisoner and protector, condemned and eternal. And by the time Rachel reaches the finale, she understands exactly what that role costs. The wedding itself is where the show unleashes everything it's been building toward. What starts as a tense but hopeful ceremony descends into complete chaos and violence in a way that is genuinely shocking even if you saw it coming. The curse doesn't hold back. People are hurt. The beautiful fairy tale setting becomes something out of a nightmare. And Rachel, who has spent the entire series trying to understand, prepare, and fight back, is left standing in the wreckage, facing an impossible choice. She can continue trying to fight something that has existed for longer than she's been alive, a battle she will almost certainly lose. Or she can do something far more radical. She can stop running from the curse and become it. This is the moment that has the internet divided. Because Rachel's choice isn't just emotionally charged, it's philosophically complicated. Creator Haley Z. Boston has openly compared it to the ending of Midsommar, where the protagonist chooses to participate in the horror rather than escape it. And just like Midsommar, the reaction is split right down the middle. Some viewers find Rachel's decision cathartic, even empowering. Others find it deeply disturbing. The truth is, it's both. And that tension is exactly what makes the ending so unforgettable. But let's talk about what Rachel actually does, because this is where the finale gets truly fascinating. Instead of trying to destroy the curse or escape it, Rachel chooses, fully consciously, with complete awareness of what it means, to become the next witness. She steps into an immortal role. She gives up her mortal life, her identity, and her future with Nicky to become the eternal observer of every cursed wedding in the bloodline going forward. She will watch, She will witness. She will return again and again, no matter how many years pass, to stand at the edge of every tragedy that follows. And yet, and this is what's so powerful about Camila Morrone's performance, Rachel seems at peace. Not happy, not broken, but at peace. As if this decision, as devastating as it is the most honest thing she's ever done. Creator Haley Z. Boston described it as cathartic, saying she worried audiences would hate Rachel for condemning the family to continue their deadly cycle. But there's something else going on beneath the surface. By becoming the witness, Rachel doesn't abandon the bloodline. She bonds herself to it. Specifically, she makes a promise. She will look out for Jude, the next member of the family in the line of the curse. Whatever that protection looks like for an immortal supernatural witness, it's there. It's intentional, and it leaves the door open to so much more story. Now let's talk about Nicky, because his final scene in the series is one of the most emotionally gut-wrenching moments in the entire show. By this point, Nicky has watched Rachel die, or at least he believes he has. He's processed that loss, however briefly and traumatically, and he's trying to hold himself together. And then Rachel reappears, alive, standing right in front of him, and Nicky simply can't process it. DiMarco described his character in that moment as catatonic. He's not sure if he's hallucinating. He's not sure if he's seeing a ghost. He's not sure if the nightmare he just survived is actually over or if it's just entered a new, stranger phase. Camila Morrone added her own take, joking that Nicky is a total deadbeat in that scene, completely shut down, completely overwhelmed. But DiMarco reframed it beautifully. Nicky is a romantic until the very end. Even in his catatonic state, even in his disbelief, the fact that Rachel is standing there, alive, impossibly, confirms something for him. She's his soulmate, not just in this life, but in whatever comes next. And that confirmation, even wrapped in horror and confusion, is the emotional core the entire series has been building toward. Okay, so what does all of this mean for the future? Because the ending of something very bad is going to happen isn't just a conclusion, it's an invitation. Haley Z. Boston has teased a genuinely mind-bending scenario. 20 years from now, Rachel could be standing at Jude's wedding as the immortal witness, watching the next cycle begin. And Nicky would be there too, older, changed, but present. And Rachel would have to confront him. That is a season 2 premise, right there. That is a story that writes itself. Camila Morrone said she'd be really curious to see what Rachel ends up doing in that role. Whether she becomes a presence of warning and protection, something more positive than the cold, silent witness she herself experienced. DiMarco raised something even more intriguing. The mechanics of the witness role itself. Are you physically drawn to the weddings? Do you just know when someone in the bloodline is about to get married? Can you intervene, or are you truly bound to only observe? These are the questions that a potential continuation would need to explore, and honestly, the fact that the show's own stars are asking them publicly suggests the conversation about Season 2 is very much alive. Let's take a step back and appreciate the thematic depth of what this ending is doing, because I think it's more sophisticated than it initially appears. Creator Haley Z. Boston compared Rachel's choice to the ending of Midsommar. And if you know that film, you know exactly why. In Midsommar, Dani doesn't escape the horror. She becomes part of it. She chooses the community, the ritual, the identity that was offered to her, because her old life had already been taken from her. Rachel's journey follows a similar emotional logic. She doesn't fight the curse because she can't, but also because in a strange and terrible way, she has found purpose within it. She becomes the thing that watches over the people connected to Nicky, and in doing so, she preserves something of herself, her love, her protectiveness, her identity, even as she gives up everything else. This is bold, complicated storytelling. It asks the audience to sit with ambiguity, to question whether Rachel's choice is sacrifice or surrender, liberation or loss. And the fact that it continues to generate debate, that people are still arguing about it, means it worked. The best horror endings don't tie everything up neatly. They leave a mark. They linger. And Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen has absolutely done that. Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen is one of the most emotionally daring supernatural series Netflix has released in years. Produced by the Duffer brothers with a vision that refuses to play it safe, written by creator Haley Z. Boston with genuine thematic ambition, and carried by two extraordinary performances from Camila Morrone and DiMarco. This is a show that earns its dark ending. Rachel's transformation into the witness is horrifying and cathartic at the same time. Nicky's catatonic final scene is heartbreaking and romantic all at once. And the promise of Jude's future wedding 20 years from now, with Rachel watching from the shadows. That is the kind of haunting that doesn't let you go. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it right now. And if you just finished it and you're still reeling, good. That means it worked on you exactly the way it was supposed to. I'm your name, and I'll see you in the next one.